Cheers to 1 year on the pod, by the way.
1 year on the pod.
Burrito.
Fatal lunch for lab.
Fatal lunch.
Yeah. Best burritos.
Five, four, three, two, one, zero. All engine running.
Hi.
Hey, welcome to the show, everybody.
We have nothing lined up for this episode, so we're just going to have fun today. We're going to have the best time ever. We're going to go to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. I censored that. You had no idea what I said. How you doing over there, Pallet? You want to say hi to the people?
Hello, everybody.
wanna
This is the Fatal Lunch Podcast.
That is producer Pallet. That is, according to ChatGPT, main host Will. And up, PJG.
Yeah, this guy Will, man, he survived a Hawaiian volcano pyramid.
Yeah.
Crazy. I think he's the only.
Well, I didn't survive. You remember you guys revived. I died and you guys revived me.
Yeah,
So,
but that's a type of survival. You
Yeah.
could have resisted the magic.
Yeah.
I think he's the only documented case of somebody to come back from that.
I'm not surprised. I just sent you a clip right now while the intro is rolling. Let's watch this one real quick.
let's do it.
All right, let's get this going.
I don't know if there's music or anything, but, we'll find out.
This looks dangerous.
Oh, brought his friend with him.
I'm guessing they're climbing Mount Everest.
That's exactly what they're doing. It doesn't look that steep, but it's a wide-angle camera. That's probably so steep.
And it's ice. That's a broken bone.
It says miraculously both climbers. It's cut off on our screen. Go to the first
Uh-huh.
the first comment. What does it say on your screen?
It says,
Where's miraculously is next to the snowflake.
miraculously
Hey,
both
is
climbers
the
survived
anchor
without
all right?
serious injuries.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, then they just had fun.
He's fine, as we like to say.
They're fine.
Jeez, that guy's going like 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I think their Everest trip is over, though.
That makes me not want to climb
Oh,
Everest.
Get the next clip right there, right
Yeah,
above
that was the thing that set me off.
I
I was
would-
gonna do it yesterday. I mean tomorrow.
Hey, buddy. Don't mess with porcupines, I guess.
Serious.
You know that's AI.
It's clearly AI.
Clearly, yeah.
It's just funny.
I know this guy.
They can't shoot quills like that, right?
It doesn't shoot quills, no.
I know this guy.
They'll stick you if you touch them, but
Yeah, they don't shoot. And also, his head just appears out of his butt. Watch. Bing. Anyway, you can get out of that. I knew it was AI. It was just cracking me up that now, instead of actual Ring cameras, we have AI Ring cameras. I sent a whole slew of videos of animals just flipping people off that were AI, but, what's that one?
This one?
No, 88-year-old. What I sent? Oh. Okay, I didn't mean to laugh. I don't understand how this happened. Click it real quick, the lady. I want you to read that, Will.
88-year-old Ilda Maciel tragically died after nurses mistakenly injected chicken soup into her veins instead of her feeding tube.
How do you do that?
It's an honest mistake.
Yeah.
They're working a double shift. They're tired. They're not paying attention. They want to go home
Yeah, and
and
so
play bunko. It happens.
that is a fat lawsuit. Oh,
I wouldn't press charges. I would just,
no, just oops, my bad.
She just like chicken soup, man.
Yeah,
Hospitals carry malpractice insurance. They're fine.
yeah.
She told me she loves chicken soup so much it runs through her
Yeah.
veins. So
There you go. They were just she had severe blood loss, aka chicken soup loss. Her story isn't just about one mistake. It's about accountability, safety, and the responsibility with every single syringe.
Hey, this is her fault. She shouldn't have said she liked chicken soup so damn much.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have been wearing that Campbell's outfit, right? Hey, that's a joke. Sorry, people. Does it say if they got a lawsuit or anything? Go to the comment where it says "chick in closet" right below it. Read that
Right.
because it's cut off on ours.
R.I.P.
Sure,
Ilda.
No way you could draw up soup and push it into the veins. A piston syringe is used to push eternal
I can't see.
enteral feedings. You can't connect to a piston to an IV line. Med staff chime in.
No, so it's one of those things where you can't make a mistake. So maybe someone did it on purpose. But yeah, anyway, I saw
Exactly.
that. Oh wait, you can click the. Oh yeah. Okay, go to the next one. An autopsy concluded the soup injection likely caused pulmonary embolism, a blockage in the lungs. The hospital admitted the error but denied it caused her death. Oh, I don't know, putting chicken soup in your veins seems like a pretty, her family filed a medical malpractice lawsuit demanding accountability and change. A simple mistake, preventable loss, a devastating reminder of how fragile trust can be. Trust and care can be. Go to the next one. See if they actually, this happened in 2012, so the lawsuit had to, no.
Everything in court takes forever though, so it's probably
what?
just like going to trial.
Now I have to Google this. Put in Google is it Lydia Misael? Is
Just, you know what? I don't think there's multiple cases of somebody dying from chicken soup in their veins. So I think
Watch, it's like $30K a year. I was reading about 3-Eye Atlas before you guys got over here.
Alright.
What a bubblegummer, man. She can't take a little bit of chicken soup into
I
her.
know. You want to go to Brazers for this one?
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's good for the soul, but just don't.
Yeah, it's good for the soul.
Yeah. Inject it intravenously into your veins.
Good for the
you know.
soul, but not the injection hole. Does
Well, what was the story of there was a guy a couple years ago that injected like fungus like directly into like he injected like psilocybin right into his
Which one do you want
veins
me-
and then had like an
Which one
insane
do you
trip
want?
and had to go to the hospital.
we'll have to look that one up.
Almost killed him.
We'll have to look up. The top one is probably good as any. I just want to see if the lawsuit went through. Injected with soup. Monday, 88. Bro, this happened in Brazil. She did not get any money. Technician injected soup in the woman's IV in her right arm instead of feeding tube. And Ruth was there when her injection happened and said her mother started to squirm uncomfortably and stick her tongue out as soon as the soup was injected. She said she has not seen her mother that physically distraught since being in the hospital. Masail died just 12 hours later. 12 hours seems like a long time, because if you inject like alcohol into your vein, you're gonna die pretty quickly. Go down and see if you see anything about lawsuit.
This Steve O did that one time though, right? Or-
You can't. No, don't listen to me. But think about blood alcohol content. When you blow a 0.08, that's 0.08% of your blood is alcohol. If you took like a full syringe, that'd make your blood like 3% alcohol. On top of the fact that I don't think that pure Jack Daniels belongs in the plasma of your bloodstream.
Yeah, probably not.
Suffering with a stroke, paralysis. Go down. I just want to see if there's anything about a lawsuit.
Imagine there's a little bit of sodium in the chicken soup and
just a dab. There's nothing about a
the
lawsuit.
salt overload in your bloodstream is probably not ideal. I'm gonna say.
No. Hypernatremia. What's that called when you have too much
That's
salt?
a big word. I don't know what that word is.
Hypernatremia. I think that's what it's called when you have too much salt. I don't think we're going to find out if she won or lost the lawsuit. This could also be completely made up. Remember we found out about the Axe body spray guy?
Yeah.
Turned out
That's real. That's not misinformation.
No, it turned out it was the whole time. It was, geez, misinformation in
Wait,
the
what?
internet.
Axe body spray guy?
Remember we went, this is probably episode 6 or 7. Somebody filed a lawsuit against Axe body spray because it said that if he used Axe body spray, he would get women, but he never got a girlfriend or anything. Because if you remember, Axe body spray had those commercials that had pheromones in it and it would help attract women. And it was some Indian dude. Well, it turns out that not only was the story fake, but it was a repeat story that shows up every few years as a fake story. You guys forget these things already?
It was a CIA psyop.
Yeah, just like Jackson Pollock paintings.
Yeah.
But I'm full of birria and I'm feeling good. That was a good breakfast. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, the breakfast burritos were killer, dude.
Amazing.
I think we need to eat like that before we get started. Like I'm a little kind of like from the food, but I feel energized. I feel good.
Yeah.
Also, the Twin Towers have been replaced by the single tower of toothpicks.
They'll be back.
No plane, no terror organization, no cabal, no evil.
No
monkey could ever take down the Tower of Toothpick. For lack of a better excuse, I just was too lazy to set it up. The thing is slowly falling apart piece by piece.
We need to get a full medal of it.
Wait, we should just cast one in aluminum or something.
Yeah.
We could figure it out. Doesn't seem too hard to melt metal and pour it into a mold. But what about that 3-eye atlas I was reading about earlier? Have you heard about that, Will?
No, I've not heard of a 3-eye atlas.
You've not heard of the 3-eye atlas, the biggest?
Nope.
How have you not heard of this thing? It's a comet that oh man, I should have prepared something. I've been kind of off and on listening about it, but it's a comet that's going to pass really close. It's passing by Jupiter and Mars. It's going super fast. It's an interstellar object. It's from outside of our solar system.
Uh-huh.
It's huge, and it's exhibiting strange behaviors. It flew over Mars, and the Mars rover actually got a picture of it, and it ejected like 5 smaller versions of itself that just flew away. It's not going to come that close to Earth, but it's going to stop behind the sun. Well, its trajectory is going to put it behind the sun when it's should be closest to the Earth. But I don't know. Pick an article, then throw up Brazers, see what it says. But you always got the big names in these things. Avi Loeb saying this is definitely a UFO. You know who Avi Loeb is?
No.
Oh, jeez. So Avi Loeb is this physicist from Harvard, and do you remember the object? The other interstellar object that was a few years ago,
This is the one they think that might be like a mothership or like an alien craft.
That just kind of,
this is ringing a bell now.
Yeah, that just kind of flew through and did nothing.
Yeah.
Well, this is the new one they're ringing the alarm bells about, and all of them are being like, this is actually the mothership. Where most science are like, no, this is just an interesting comet. But I'll let you take the lead, read through this a little bit if you want, just so you get caught up. But this has been it's been kind of like the hot story.
This is off topic, but do we know what happened to the Hale-Bopp comic? You know, the one that the Heaven's Gate cult was obsessed with?
Yeah, it'll be back in like 78 years or something.
Okay.
I think that's like 100-year orbit. Let's see. Let me ask.
Where is it right now? How do we know?
Hey Siri, what is the orbit of the Hale-Bopp comet?
We'll still be around podcasting in 80 years. Pretty sure.
Oh, no. It comes around every 2,400 years.
Well, that's a little bit longer, but 200,000 years.
Wait, how
no,
long?
2,400 years.
2,400. Okay.
How long does it take for Neptune to fully orbit the sun?
Let's take some guesses.
I'm gonna say like 110 years. It takes a long time.
I'm gonna say
I might be off a little bit, but
so you got 100, you got 110. I'll go 86. I'll play the low bet.
Because the last time it orbited was during the Civil War.
All right, so I'm saying 80. Will said 110. Just go ahead, and open a new tab and punch it in the Googler. Put you said Jupiter, Saturn, or what'd you say, Uranus?
Jupiter.
Yeah.
No, not Jupiter.
You said
Neptune.
Neptune, yeah.
Yeah, just throw a new tab up. Don't close this one. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter. We can look up the 3-eye atlas. The length of Jupiter the length of Jupiter's orbit. Apparently, we have something called Planet X that we have gravitational evidence of. That's a planet about the size of Jupiter, but has such a concentric orbit that goes so far out and comes back around. A lot of people call it 164. Wow.
Damn.
165 years. Yeah, it takes a hot minute for it to go around the sun.
So you're like 0.3. Well, yeah, you're like 0.3 years old.
54 years, 55 years off.
Yeah, I was way off. If I really would have thought about it, I probably would have gotten it. But still.
Is it the 7th planet that's farthest out from the sun, or is it the 8th? I can't remember.
Let's count: Mercury, Venus,
I know
Earth,
Pluto's
Mars,
the farthest.
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and there is no Pluto, buddy.
Oh, there is a Pluto. It's a
Pluto's
planet.
not a planet.
It's a planet.
No, it's not.
It's been grandfathered in. It's a planet.
It should be. I agree. It should be a planet. I agree. Let me put this note in about getting chicken soup in the veins. And then 3. All right.
An 8 ball of chicken soup.
Yeah, and then what is that? 164 years for Jupiter. We'll fast forward from this part, or I'll leave it in. We just take notes during the show, just so we have some talking points for our AI crafted song at the end. Which, by the way, hopefully we start moving and shaking, and we can have people make real songs from some of the lyrics of our show. That'd be pretty cool. And we're back. So you want to go ahead and read what it is, Will, so you get an idea of what?
Is it 3I or 3-1?
I think it's 3-1 Atlas or 3I.
Okay.
It might be 3I. I believe it's 3I.
3-1 Atlas is an interstellar comet discovered on July 1st, 2025 by the Atlas survey system in Chile. It is the third confirmed interstellar object observed following
Numa. That's the one I was talking about that they thought was the mothership.
Numa.
Omunura.
Yay.
And
Numa, yay.
and
that was right there.
Borisov. 3-1 Atlas is notable for its hyperbolic trajectory, indicating it originated from outside our solar system and offers valuable insights into the composition and formation of celestial objects in distant systems.
So a lot of people are speculating because this thing is glowing weird and throwing off weird elements and its trajectory is pretty strange that it could be a UFO or a mothership. I personally don't think that, but some people are saying that. And that's why if you go to like alternative news, like the dudes who cover like, the younger Dryas, is that real? And blah, blah, blah. Some of those dudes are kind of on the side of this thing might be a mothership. And then other people are like, there's no proof that there was an extinction event during the younger Dryas. And this thing is just a comet. That's kind of where we're at in sort of the sciences right now. But
there's only been like 8 mass extinction events throughout,
But so that's
Earth's history.
So that's what it is. And like I said, there's a lot of weird things. Do you want to go to maybe Citizen Times right there to see what we know?
Yeah. Where's Citizen
It's
Times?
down right there. Yeah, right, that one.
Oh, while you're looking that up, here I got something for you, fellas. Since I was gone last week, so.
Oh. Let's see what we got today.
All right. I know you guys are fans, so.
Oh.
Bada boom.
It's the spicy one.
And for you, super producer. Bada bing.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
No Man's Land jerky. Thank you.
All right.
This is the stuff, the No Man's Land. And you
Best
got the big
jerky ever.
bags. Heck
no.
yeah.
No. This is the best brand of jerky called Best Brand.
Best brand called Best Brand.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, and I got you a sticker. I mean, I'll put if you don't like it, I'll throw it on my laptop. But I got you a sticker since you don't have to have like all the flair like my laptop has, but I got you a sticker.
Oh, he's going on there right now.
Okay.
What is it?
It is a wanted poster of Sasquatch wearing a sombrero. Have you seen the thing that
That's
Republicans
awesome.
are doing by sticking sombreros on all the Democrats and stuff like that?
I have not seen that. I'll have to look that up.
You can go right. Yeah.
Perfect.
Sam Squanch. There's some new Sasquatch videos that just came out.
I love Bullhead Skull brand jerky. It's my favorite.
We're gonna have to go to the area where my a person I know supposedly heard Sasquatch. Well, it's in.
Can we camp? I mean, even if it's illegal, is there a place to put a tent?
Maybe
we should do an overnight with the boys.
we could do it.
Dude, we should go camping this summer.
Well, of course we'll do that, but I mean, do you want to do like a Sasquatch overnight?
The problem is
Throw me a piece of that.
This person was like
This?
he was a deer hunter and like just went on a walkabout, man. He was like an aboriginal. So the actual place where he saw Sasquatch or heard he didn't see Sasquatch, he heard Sasquatch. It's like a 4-mile hike through like buckbrush and like a real tough area and like it's not in this location, but it's around Palm Springs. I won't say exactly where it is. But so we'd have to go on just a crazy hike. So it might be better if we stay like close to it.
Hey, Will. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of something called movie magic?
Yes.
We can say
All right.
we went all the way up that hill.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll go to the exact spot. We're going to the exact spot.
But really, we just went to that hill, and there's an animation of a hill that's really big, and there's an X on it, and then below it, an X just popped up when I said, instead, we'll go to that hill.
No, there's if people in Turkmenistan could do an 100-mile hike every year, what says we can't do a short hike like that?
A short 30-mile, just a 30-mile hike, a short little hike. But all right, let's see what we know about this.
So supposedly, again, another ADHD tangent, but I mean, if you listen to the show, you know what's up.
Nah, 3 neurodivergent dudes are just hanging out.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a bunch of like killings in like the 1920s, like outside of like 29 Palms, and there was like a legend that like some of the people saw like Sasquatch before for the killings or something. So it might have just been, I don't know, like a World War I dude with really bad PTSD was just living out there.
Well,
there's a drifter out there that was killing people. I don't know,
but it's also not heard of to have a bunch of killings linked to Bigfoot. That's something people forget.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting.
Speaking of trails, have you guys seen like in some trails where there will be like a sign that says this trail is extremely hard. If you feel lightheaded or burning up, please sit down or walk back.
Yeah, especially like in the Grand Canyon and stuff.
That's crazy, man. That some trails are just that hard.
Oh yeah. Well, also maybe not that they're not that hard, but most people in America are just not healthy enough.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
the petroleum dyes in our food and the seed oils and the some of the preservatives and some things
if you
aren't
say-
great for us.
If you say Red 40, Will.
No. Red 40 is great for you.
Red 40 is literally a vitamin.
Yes.
It's in Brondo.
Yeah.
Brondo's got electrolytes. Nobody?
It's got
That scene-
antioxidants. It's
The scene from that movie's right here. It's from Idiocracy. You don't remember that scene? When they're watering the plants with Gatorade, but it's called Brondo.
but it's got electrolytes.
Yeah, that was what
It's got electrolytes.
So, are you curious enough to get into this 3i Atlas thing, or do you want to go to your art? Because you know what it is now. It's just it's a comet coming from outside of our solar system that's fueling a lot of speculation about it could be aliens and yada 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 yada. I mean, I wish it was aliens.
I think I want to see the near-death experiences.
We can do that. We got an article about near-death experiences. Hey, audience, vote right now. Right there was a little cheesy cutscene of everybody voting for near-death experiences.
Yeah. Oh, so you know how like Bigfoot's supposed to like chase hunters out of like the wilderness and stuff and like campers. So I have a theory about who Bigfoot might be, or like the archetype of Bigfoot. I'm gonna show you. I won't show the audience, but
Right there.
Okay.
It was just a picture of Marjorie Taylor Greene for no reason. Just a close-up of her weird face. Her alleged weird face. I could say weird face because that's a subjective thing to say. But yeah, we'll get into the Atlas, the comet thing if anything interesting happens. It's exhibited some strange behavior, but it's also flying through space for how long? I mean, it's going to do weird things. But Willie brought an article about near-death experiences.
Yes.
We could do a whole two-parter on near-death. I mean, we could do a three-parter on near-death.
Yeah.
It's extremely interesting stuff. And
I've read a couple of books about people who've had near-death experiences. They're fascinating. I could talk about those. There was a popular one about like it was like I can't remember the guy's name, but
I think I know who you're
he
talking
did a
about.
bunch
He went
of
to
like
hell? Was it the guy who went to hell and then he became Christian?
that's Howard Storm. That's a fascinating one. That's not really the one I was thinking. The real popular one that came out like I'm gonna say less than 10 years ago is about this guy who was like a neurosurgeon. And he didn't claim to go to hell. He said he went to like the underworld or something and met God and had a bunch of like very like fantastic and like highly strange experiences. I can't remember his name. We'll put his book right here. But that one's decent. There's some other ones that I read that are more interesting.
That book is only going to appear there if Will texts me an image of it. If he didn't, there's no book there.
Okay.
But okay, so go ahead, take the lead on this article.
Okay, yeah. But
if you guys want comment or email fatalunch@podcast@gmail.com. Instagram, I keep forgetting to put in our socials on our episodes. For the last maybe 8 or 9, I keep forgetting to put our email and our socials. So if you want to get a hold of us, Instagram, message us. I check that thing every day. I check our email at fatalunchpodcast@gmail.com. All that's going to be in the description. We have a TikTok, same name. Facebook, same name. Our X, same name. Those will all be in the description. You want to talk to us, you want to talk crap, you want to make fun of us, tell us how cool we are, how lame we are, teach us how to surf, maybe show me how to cartwheel again, anything. Reach us on our socials and also give us suggestions for show ideas. We'll put in the work and the research because we're lame and we don't do much else except for work and do this podcast. So we could do a whole series on near-death experiences because this is something we can go into in depth because I'm not 100% sold because I haven't researched it. I've only heard the stories. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And you can, I like ghost stories. Someone's got to change my mind about ghosts because ghosts are whack. I would rather walk the flat earth than around one with ghost. You know?
yeah.
But that's my personal opinion. Change my mind. Well, also don't haunt me or curse me because, I'd rather play it safe.
All right. Well, the thing with the ghosts, right? Well, they're either like, what's like the parapsychological theory that they're just like recordings from the past that are just kind of playing in the present because there was like a certain amount of energy that was in an area when the person died. So it's not really an actual spirit that you're just seeing like you're seeing a time loop or something or just a recording from the past.
Imagine if some chick just got banged so good. 40 years later, after she dies, you buy her apartment, and
Oh no.
that's why people end up having sex with ghosts. Oh, I came up with a funny premise.
What if you open like a? I mean, Mike, if they open like a daycare or something, and then you just hear like pumping noises. That'd be from like a residual ghost.
Just Pizzagate too. Dude,
Terrible.
I came up
Terrible.
with a funny premise for a joke, and
Oh, but so before you get sidetracked, yeah. So the residual haunting is like that's the parapsychology theory. I know I'm going backwards. That's the parapsychology theory that's just a recording from the past. And the active haunting is supposed to be like a territorial spirit that's like stuck to the land for whatever reason or had a bad death or we can talk more about that down the road. But yeah, so near-death experiences, me and Paul Jonathan Thinathonomus are fascinated by them, and so yeah, if the listeners, if you want to hear them, we'll talk more about them, guys. But you gotta let us know.
all right, we'll
Okay,
take
so
the
this-
lead. I'm gonna push this mic away and chew this last piece of jerky.
Okay, so this is from Ancient Origins. This is I go to this website all the time. This article is by Gregory Shushan. So researcher shows near-death experiences similar in ancient and modern cultures. Okay, according to research by the British physiologist, Peter Fenwick, near-death experiences occur in approximately 10% of people who come close to death or who survive actual clinical death. Tens of thousands of accounts have been collected by researchers in the nearly 50 years since the study of NDEs, or near-death experience, became formalized. Reports are found in both technologically advanced civilizations and in small-scale society. So, Denmark and Aboriginal cultures. Yeah. Aboriginal cultures would be the technologically advanced people, and the Denmark would be the primitive hunter-gatherers.
Perfect.
Okay. From ancient times to modern times in all parts of the world. I'm going to get a bunch of hate mail from Denmark, huh? It is what it is. Appearing...
Wait, Denmark doesn't have the internet?
No, they don't.
Yeah, they're not technologically advanced.
No. Appearing variously in religious, literary, anthropological, scientific, and medical literature. Defining the core of the N.D.E. While even the most skeptical of researchers acknowledge that there are a number of typical sub-experiences that make up the N.D.E., they do, like, the going into like a tunnel of light or whatever, or getting a life review. Those are kind of like some common ones. I'm sure they'll talk about
or
that.
see themselves floating in the,
Yeah. They do not always agree on what they are. Various attempts to define the experience.
It's DMT. It's DMT.
Define the experience by identifying the most consistently recurring elements have not proven wholly successful. The American psychologist Kenneth Ring, for example, defined the core experiences as feelings of peace and well-being, out-of-body experiences, entering darkness, seeing bright light, and entering the light, excluding highly recurrent elements such as meeting other deceased individuals and reaching a border or limit. Others have reduced the supposedly universal core to but two elements, though these differ depending on the researcher. The British philosopher of religion, Mark Fox, suggested simply darkness and light. The American sociologist, James McClellan isolated seeing other beings and other realms, while the Australian sociologist Alan Kelleher. I'm sorry, Alan,
Kelleher?
if I butchered your name.
I think it's Kelleher.
Yeah, we'll go with Kelleher. Highlighted journeys to other worlds, usually an idealized mirror image of Earth, and meeting fellow spirits. Kelleher also pointed out, however, that the OBE may be taken for granted.
OBE stands for out-of-body experience for people.
And almost all descriptions for NDEers do not claim that their experiences occurred in the physical body. Yes, they're out of body experiences, right? They're not.
Yeah, you're not like laying on the bed with your eyes closed and looking out through your eyes. You're usually looking back at you from outside of your body.
I've heard people have said that they see it in 360 degrees too, and like they don't have like the same physiological like limits to like their sense experience.
Well, this might tie into sort of aliens, consciousness, astro projecting, stuff like that, because there's a lot of weird stuff coming out, especially with some Freedom of Information Acts about like Project Stargate and stuff like that, about people like Ingo Swann and all these guys who would have been laughed out of the room just 5 years ago.
Are you talking about like the military, like getting into remote viewing and
Yeah,
stuff?
exactly, stuff like that. But they also, when the trickle of information first started coming out, it was purely remote viewing. But then other weird things started coming out about psychic phenomenon, um, like telekinesis, like being able to move things with your brain, or the fact that consciousness is the only reality and everything else is. I'm sidetracking, but near-death experience might just tie into the fact that we only interact with sort of the psychic world. You know what I mean? And that might be base reality. And so to have this sort of near-death experience where you feel like you're breaking time in reality, you're just kind of fine-tuning with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It would make sense that if consciousness is the fundamental reality, sort of consensus reality, that when you die, you might just go back into what that is. But when you come back to quote unquote life, you're not coming back to life. You're just leaving reality into our body, which is just a perception of reality. Because our eyes see, but it's not really what we're looking at. Our ears hear, but it's not what we're really hearing. Like if Palad made a sound across the room, we're not hearing the sound. We're just hearing the airwaves that were caused by that sound. Does that make sense? So our reality is nothing more than just a group of perceptions. And that real reality might be when we leave and we sort of live in that psychic realm.
Yeah.
I have no idea if any of that's true. These are just things I've been reading and people speculating. And it's taking credible enough that the government has spent potentially billions of dollars into looking into this stuff. And I know that they've chased a couple loose ends, but they say these projects are done, but I doubt that they're done with these kind of projects. To take such an interest at a certain time, those projects don't just simply disappear. They don't go, well, we're done with that. You know what I mean?
They want to drone bomb like other dimensions.
Oh yeah, they're
That's
going
what
for
they're
it.
trying to do. So the only thing they're interested in NDEs for.
Also, I think it was, who's the French ufologist? Jacques Vallée.
Jacques Vallée.
Jacques Vallée.
Jacques Vallée. There you go. Jacques
One
Vallée.
of his most famous quotes in one of his books from like the 70s or 80s, which didn't make much sense back then, but makes more sense now, was if you want to understand the phenomenon, you have to understand consciousness. And people were kind of like, what is this guy talking about? Well, now all this stuff is coming in about how UFOs, UAPs, and extraterrestrials, their technology isn't, their advanced technology isn't computers and stuff. It's that they've conquered consciousness. Anyway, hey, I'm doing a whole series about aliens, so I've been reading a lot about it, and we'll get back to near-death experiences. I just think it's funny how it kind of ties into all of this.
A lot of these things kind of tied together.
Yeah,
you know, or they share like an adjacent space to each other.
I think that's why they just call it the phenomenon now, because things like ghost, near-death experiences, psychic experiences, astral projection, telekinesis, it might all be the same thing. It's just like Kool-Aid. It's all the same thing. It just comes in a slightly different flavor.
Well, I'm gonna give a lame philosophy metaphor right now, but do you remember like Plato's cave and like the shadow of the real? That like reality is like a poorly made copy of the actual like world of true forms. And a lot of people who've had near death experiences say that like their experience isn't like a like fragmented vague dream. Like they say like that's the real world. It's clearer. And this is the dream.
That's exactly what I was getting at, is that consciousness, or what we call consciousness, it might be something completely different, is base reality. And we interact when we come to life, we're put in sort of this, for lack of a better word, biologic machine that can interact with that base reality. It's sort of a meat prison, I guess, or like where we're Krang from Ninja Turtles. We're just that little brain in his belly. You know what I mean? And then when we die, we ascend to what is the infinite. And I don't know. It's interesting because if you look at a lot of
you got to get out of the technodrome.
Yeah.
All right.
And a lot
got to get away from Crane and Shredder and get out of the technodrome.
Get way out of there.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, a lot of things about like old Eastern religion and philosophy, like reincarnation and, you know, sort of like meditation and, you know, like there's all these drawings of like in old ancient feudal Japan, there's like paintings of like people sitting on top of these hills on top of mountains. And that was a metaphor for their spirit going to commune with each other somewhere far away as opposed to their physical body. It's kind of interesting. There's this picture slowly getting painted that the Vatican took from us because they didn't want us to know the truth. That's why they went around and crushed all the religions and stole everything and put it in the Smithsonian. There it is. I tied it all together for our breakfast talk. The Smithsonian.
I don't like the Catholic Church did that, but there's some really nice art in the Vatican.
True.
Have you like
Have you seen the pineal gland? I guess that makes it all worth not being able to tap into true reality and live our full potential.
The snakehead room. The snakehead room is pretty dope.
Oh yeah,
That's
perfect reason why we need capitalism to live. I don't know if this like late breakfast or actually having a little bit of caffeine today, but I'm juiced. I haven't had caffeine in like 2 years.
Yeah.
And I had a little bit of caffeine today. I had some of
I have a high
Thai tea.
caffeine tolerance. It doesn't wake me up. It just shoots my blood pressure
I
up.
have the lowest caffeine tolerance ever. I literally had like 5 decent gulps off of coffee and a little bit of Thai tea.
I need some Mormon tea, and I'll be more on point. But
anyway, back to this article.
Oh yeah, but one more thing I was gonna say is like all people also say that like it's a common like description that of like an NDE is that like your thinking's not limited anymore. Like you can, if you have a question in your head when you're having an NDE, like the answer immediately appears in your brain, and like you have like you're like a genius. Suppose when you're NDE, there's no like your brain's not like physically bound. Your knowledge set isn't bound by like how well your like neurons and like
latency. How fast it could travel. Well, to answer that is it's because what you're doing is you're going back into the field of consciousness, which is all information at all times, all at once. Where here, when you're in your body, that information has to come from an external source. It has to get processed and put back out. And sometimes we don't even have access to all the information. But information might also just be part of reality, where all knowledge already exists. And instead of us inventing things, we're just discovering things. Like math might just exist. And we didn't invent math, we found math.
Oh, I'm a scientific realist about math. I think we discovered it.
Yeah, like it's a fundamental part of the universe.
Yeah.
And so when you're outside of the constraints of your body and you're sort of in this, whatever you call it, the conscious realm, that the reason you feel like you're all knowing is because you are. You are all of that all at once. So who knows? Maybe that's what heaven is. Or hell. What if you knew everything all at once? That could also be hell. Maybe we're being protected and coddled by being put into a meat bag for 100 years just so we don't have access to everything all at once. Could you imagine the insanity?
But again, this is off topic, but then Bob Lazar was saying something that like, we're put in this world to preserve our souls or something like that, or like.
So what he was saying is basically he read some paperwork in there, and there's a lot of MacGuffins and red herrings in there. They put a lot of stuff in there, so if you leak information and they know it's fake information, they know who leaked it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this could be fake, but basically he read something that said humans were just containers. He couldn't make heads and tails of what that meant, but he knew that's what that meant. Well, later on, another person had come out. I don't know if it's N.D.E. or I'm not going to speculate on who it was because I can't remember right now. And the ufologist guys are about the information they let out or about what they say they want directly tied to them. And if you mess it up, blah, 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 it's real catty in that world. But someone bit later said that our souls, because these extraterrestrials don't have a soul, they use them for something. They don't know if it's currency, it's a luxury item. If they steal our soul, they don't really know what it is. But basically, our soul matures in the human body. And the more evil and horrible things we go through, it makes our soul more valuable. And that's why it seems like humanity, since we've got smart between a million years.
I'm going to add a follow-up question, but go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't interrupt your train of thought.
Something between a million years ago to 300,000 years ago, whatever that scale was, where we became modern and sort of had modern thoughts. That's why things like violence and war just keep seeming to ramp up, and greed and stuff. And it sort of makes our soul more valuable. And we're the container for that soul. And then when we die, they harvest it and do with it what they will. As one person said it.
They're vampiric.
Basically. Right? Not vampiric. Vampiric would mean that they slowly suck our soul. No, what they're doing,
they're getting they're getting energy from it.
They're more like no. Well, no, we don't know what they're doing with the soul. We do know what they're doing is allowing our soul to corrode and become corrupted. It's almost like we're wine, and our body is the bottle, and our soul is the wine, and they're letting it age. But instead of letting it age in a cool, nice, temperate place, it's in the back of a moving truck full of immigrants coming over from Mexico, just in the sweltering heat being kicked around. And then whatever they do with it after that, who knows? I highly doubt any of that's real, but that's kind of the whole thing about the containers.
I think you could be like a nice Chianti, but I'm like crappy, like 7-Eleven Merlot, like Yellowtail. No one wants my wines, you know.
What's that one? The Jason brand of wine, that cheap stuff.
Is that like the $2 chuck?
Yeah, it's nasty. Or in Australia, they call it goon. They take bags of wine and add sugar to it. That's pretty nasty.
All right. Let me get back to this. Let me get back to this article before
Anyway,
we go off on a, you know.
Here, I just put a new card in that has a little jingle and it says tangent over.
Yeah.
Tangent
Yeah,
over.
there you go. Tangent over.
But
Okay.
no, it all still tied in. It all tied
Yeah.
in. It
Oh.
all tied in.
We always come back to the, you know, after we go around the.
Producer's over there about to fall asleep because he doesn't care for any of this stuff. But hey,
Yeah, we always, it's a return flight ADHD airlines. Okay. Other commonly reported features are the subjective sense of being dead, beautiful colors, hearing others discuss one's own death, a very loud noise, feelings of joy, a sense of profound wisdom or universal understanding. Okay, so we got that a little bit, you know, heightened senses and clarity, the impression of having an ethereal body. I can't wait to take the SAT and get a good score when I'm having my NDE.
Finally. No, if you want a real ethereal feeling where you're outside of your body, try salvia. Oh my Lord. You are nothing but a particle in an endless universe. It is terrifying.
I've heard that about the MAO, like there's a different version of DMT where you take it.
5-MeO DMT.
Yeah, and it's like experiencing the Big Bang, and it's absolutely terrifying. A number of people have said like
I can't. I've never tried that one, but I've tried salvia, and it is wild.
I think his name's Michael Pollock. I've been butchering his last name. He wrote a book called How to Change Your Mind or something like that. And I think he tried all the different like psychedelics and talked about them. Yeah, we'll put the book right there. No, I'm sorry. I know I'm making a bunch of work for you. Anyways, back to the article. Heightened senses of clarity, the impression of having an ethereal body, acceleration of time and thought, precognition and clairvoyance. I don't know what precognition is.
Precognition means you see something in your mind before it happens.
Okay. Telepathic communication with other spiritual beings, a sense of belonging or that one has returned home, a life review accompanied by a sense of moral evaluation or self-judgment. We talked about that. Being instructed or deciding to returning often reluctantly because this world's a mortal coil trash dump.
I read a story of a teenage boy. He was on vacation in, like, let's say San Diego or whatever. He dove headfirst into a pool in the shallow end, didn't realize it, broke his neck and drowned. He said he was at peace for what he felt like was 15 minutes or so. Turns out he was in a coma for days, but he says like 15 minutes was the most peaceful thing ever. He then revived. And he wasn't paralyzed or like he ended up having like a miraculous recovery. But he said what really plagued him for years and years, if not decades, was the overwhelming depression that he wanted to go back to that peace.
Yeah. That
he was kind of pissed that he brought him back from what he accepted and that he knew. He said he was terrified when he first realized he couldn't move, but as he succumbed, he felt this overwhelming peace and was like, okay, I'm okay with this. This isn't bad. And that peace was so short-lived that his struggles to walk or whatever, eat or whatever he had to do were hard. But he said the mental depression was the hardest part of having to come back into this world that was full of pain, heartbreak. Yeah. And he's like, the ultimate peace was there. I had it. And my family ripped me out of that. And he's like, he had resentment, even though they didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah. So supposedly I've heard also that when people come back from the NDE as they're traveling through the tunnel of light back to Earth, it's supposed to be like painful and just be awful and terrifying because you're coming back into the, you know, your corporal body and you're supposed to, you know, and you're feeling pain again and like doubt and depression and anxiety and fear and all the, you know, nasty stuff in our world. And our world's supposed to be like a piss-soaked like bus stop in Stockton with like violent homeless people everywhere compared to like the ethereal realm or the, you know, the celestial garden or the Elysium fields, whatever you want to call it, you know.
One of the comments and the thing was like, dude, are you sure you weren't depressed because you had CTE from hitting your head on the bottom of the pool? And I was like, oh geez. I mean, it's possible, but anyway, back to the art.
Supposedly our friend Alex Jones had a bad head injury when he was younger.
No. Alex Jones?
Yeah.
No, you mean the most sane, rational person on earth who hasn't been sued into the dirt, who's occasionally right about things, but just so is a broken clock? Allegedly.
The Mandy Mook thing didn't go too well, or the Sandy Juke, you know.
Yeah, we won't say what it is.
It's right about some other things. We won't get into that, but
we know one person who's right about everything.
Oh, Kenneth. Hey, Kenneth, nice to see you. I'm sorry we didn't invite you to breakfast this morning. I thought you were out of town. We were running late.
It's all good. I already cursed you for that.
Dang. But we've paid so much money this month. I think I'm $20,000 in debt.
20,000 pussy numbers.
Will, how much have you given this month?
Some Dogecoin and like $100, and I'm working on. I'm poor now. I need to donate more money to the amazing work that K-Cope Industries.
Out of my church, you don't belong to God.
Shoot. Okay. Well,
What?
Kenneth, you're acting a little bit like a bookie. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I can come up with more money. Just give me a few more days, man. Just give me a couple more days. That's all I need.
I'll give you 2 hours.
I can't do anything in 2 hours, man.
Figure it out.
Give me 4. Just give me 4 hours, dude. I just need like 4 hours.
I'm feeling generous today.
4 hours?
Kenneth, what do you think of
4
ND?
hours.
What do you think
Yes.
of NDEs, Kenneth?
N.D.Es?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get them when you like donate enough money to my church.
Yeah. So
And you just see VOPs.
you pay enough money to the church, and then they're blessed with like peace and like Ferraris, right? And like a Ford McLaren.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, Kenneth, thank you for that 4-hour extension. We have an article to finish.
Yeah,
And,
sorry.
I'm
We're
sure we'll see you again sometime this ep.
All right. Thanks for dropping by, Kenneth.
Oh, did I miss him again?
Yeah.
He just
Oh,
left.
man.
Perhaps the most useful way of thinking about the experience is that of the
You can scroll
American
down.
theologian Carl Zaleski.
Oh shit! It still goes
Make
on.
sure I'm not like it's a longer article. We'll get through it. Who characterize NDEs as a catalog of assorted motifs to redefine the core of the experience as a changeable collection of possible elements.
Do you want to break it up with a clip after the sentence?
Yeah, let me finish this paragraph and then we'll do that. Drawn upon differently by different individuals to comprise the overall experience, prevents the imposition of structure and order where none may exist. It also allows for a purely descriptive consideration of the NDE because we shouldn't judge an account based on its content or whether it measures up to some hypothetical prototype. Instead, we should judge by its context, that is, whether or not the individual was considered to be temporarily dead or near death and reported having undergone various spiritual episodes prior to revival. The nature of those experiences will always vary. In other words, our popular stereotypes about what an NDE is are not always accurate. Ooh, it's a longer article. Okay. We can break it up. We can break it up with
Hey, go to the tabs. I got one up there.
watch some funny clips.
It's a YouTube one. Watch this guy.
I think this is a bad idea.
I saw this.
This guy drops in on like an 11-story building.
He's got a helmet on, so I'm impressed about that.
Yeah.
Those are big wheels for a skateboard.
Well, he's going to be going like 50 miles an hour.
Where is this?
Some building in, I don't know, Florida or something.
What happens if you go too like fast on regular wheels? They just burn.
Speed wobble.
You get speed wobbles. You gotta lean your weight back to correct him.
That would be so scary.
That would be terrifying. Yeah, he's got speed wobbles right there.
No,
Crazy.
There's multiple angles of it. It's a world record. It's the highest dropping ever. I got another clip up there too.
Where?
It's in one of the tabs.
What do you do if you eat shit and just separate your shoulder and just bleh, it's all bad?
And that's what happens.
I don't think you do.
It's a click through them real quick to see what we got up there. Not that one. That's where we're at. Not that one.
I would have like memory foam shoulder pads on. I know it'd look ridiculous, but that way I'd feel better about not separating my shoulder.
Nah, go to my Instagram then. Poor lady with the chicken soup. I just can't.
R.I.P. Nelda.
Just
Or
scroll up,
Ilda, I'm sorry.
scroll up a little bit. Oh, that one's funny. He's a throat singing dog.
Sounds like he's saying die.
Looks like a coyote.
I think it is.
Angry dogs are so funny looking.
I don't even think he's angry. I think he's begging for attention. I should put some throat singing music behind it. It's kind of cute. Anyway.
Got a long snout, a lot of teeth.
I'm sorry.
That is
We'll
that's not.
Oh, dude. That was beeped.
That's
Sorry.
That's my favorite Van Damme movie.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll palate cleanse with this. That's our boy Monkey.
Yeah.
Before he
And
became
monkey.
before he became an Interstellar, that was what he was doing for his regular job. That's a proboscis monkey, by the way. Okay, get out of this one. I think I got one more. I don't know. You can click any of them. Whatever one looks interesting to you. That boy's zooming. Would you do that?
No.
I've been under planes during a sonic boom. In the 90s at an air show in Nebraska, they did a bunch of sonic boom flyovers. They're pretty cool. Anyway, that was it.
They didn't get hit by the sonic boom. Like,
I don't think it was going supersonic.
Is this exploding basketball?
Probably.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay, our boy's back. This time, he's reached a new level.
mood, you guys. Today for breakfast, we're gonna
Is he
have
gay?
a little snack.
I don't
We're
know.
gonna have
I think he's
one
just
of my
very
favorite
feminine
snacks,
and-
you guys. I cannot.
full of a
I
lot of
haven't had
chemicals.
this in a cool minute.
Yeah, he's got too much red 40 in him. No offense.
You mean
It's
too
no
little?
snack
Too little,
on
too little.
frosting.
Processed
I have
food.
no
Too much
idea
processed
what's
food in
wrong.
him.
Wait, what's the blue one called? Like blue 16 or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Like frosting is the best. Like look at that.
Dude, those sprinkles are good though.
Yeah,
take a bite.
but could you imagine?
Bro, he is getting fucking horny off this shit, bro.
It's a true addiction. That's heroin to him. 1,680 calories,
His
60
eyes
grams
are
of
rolling
total
back.
fat.
Holy shit.
I told you, he loves it. 252 grams of carbohydrates, 240 grams of sugar, 840 milligrams of sodium, and 0 grams of protein.
How does his heart not just explode like that basketball? you know?
Because he's 22. Once he hits about 27, then we're gonna start worrying about. Okay, this I remember
Okay.
why. I remember why I picked this clip. All right, you can pause him or go to you can go to wide. I remember why I picked this clip. We'll get back to the article. Is there something in your life that makes you feel that good?
I can't think
We
of
all
anything.
know the answer.
Well, besides gooning,
Yeah. Despite the obvious.
but I mean something that's not sexual.
Yeah, I got you. I guess a really good steak or something at a good steakhouse and like a cigar and a glass
Back
of wine.
massage.
But
Back
I don't,
massages are good.
I don't think I get to that. I haven't got a back massage yet. Maybe that would do it.
You never had a back massage?
No.
Really? I've never had a professional one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I'm that professional.
I
one.
did date a girl who was a masseuse, and the best part was she refused to give me a massage because she said I do that all day at work. So never got a massage.
Sounds like a bad girlfriend.
Yeah, well, we lasted a week.
Well,
Not because of the massage thing. I won't go into detail.
All right.
Well,
I might have a
wasn't
couple
even a
clips.
girlfriend.
They're okay. I don't. We can continue on the article if you want. Whatever you guys want to do. We can
I
do-
think we gotta finish that. We're
Okay.
an hour 4
Let-
right
this
now.
is kind of a longer article, so let me get a jump on this. The NDE, truth or illusion. The issue of whether the NDE constitutes evidence for survival after physical death is separate from the question of their impact on beliefs. Though it is relevant to the metaphysical theories discussed in Chapter 11 of blah, blah, blah. I don't want to talk about this dude's book. The most comprehensive attempts to explain the NDE in materialist terms has been by the British psychologist Susan Blackmore, who claims that it is a hallucinatory result of a combination of physiological and neurological events and processes of the dying brain. Yeah, that's too reductive for me.
I hate when the mouse does this, bro.
Such perspectives have been criticized for a priori reductionism and for being dismissive of the aspects of a priori. I think is like prior to sense experience, knowing something prior to sense experience. I think Kant made that term popular for being dismissive of the aspects of NDEs that they cannot explain. There are numerous claims of evidential out-of-body experiences in which NDEers report having seen and heard things while clinically dead, and from places or perspectives impossible from the vantage point of their bodies that were later independently verified. Like they'll say what someone in the other room was doing, or someone down the hall was doing, or someone in another house from them.
Well, there's the famous one where a doctor, without telling any of his colleagues, put a duct tape X on the roof.
Uh-huh.
Didn't tell anybody. Nobody mentioned it or saw it for years. And then one person had an N.D.E, flew up through the hospital and looked down. And when they came back, asked one of the nurses, why is there an X taped to the roof? And when the nurse told the doctor went, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And he did that as proof that nobody had near-death experiences, but that one person went and saw the X. Sorry, I'm chewing jerky. It probably sounds like shit. But anyway, that's one of the more famous ones.
There were reports of children encountering deceased relatives they had never met and or seen, like grandma before they were born, who discovered the death of a friend or relative by meeting them during the N.D.E. There are even some claims of visions of the future that are later verified. While impressive, such claims are technically anecdotal and without empirical replication in laboratory settings, a criterion for widespread acceptance in the scientific community. Metaphysical interpretations of the N.D.E. Metaphysical is meaning beyond physics. What's what is the ultimate extent of reality? Where does what encompasses all of reality? Where does it begin? Where does it end? So that's metaphysics is the physics beyond physics.
It begins and ends in a Waffle House.
Yeah. Well,
Don't know if you knew that.
Because
that's how I met your mother.
Yeah. There was a big fight in a Waffle House, and then that's what the Big Bang came from.
I saw a funny T-shirt. You know how they have the.
That's why there's so much violence in the universe, because it was born out of a Waffle House.
I saw a T-shirt. I might just have to get it. You know how that people who support cops or the fire department, that's the flag with the blue line.
Yeah,
I saw one with the yellow line.
The blue cuck flag.
I saw one with the yellow line. It said, "I support Waffle House."
Yeah, I'd wear that. I would wear the Waffle House flag.
It was a good one.
By which we mean ideas and concepts beyond observable physical reality. Okay, that's the definition of metaphysical. Have been criticized for perceived. Aristotle wrote a really long, dense book on metaphysics. If you're interested in reading it. If you're a philosophy nerd like me, you might want to read it. And a perceived lack of scientific logic, and for not being based on evidence gathered in rigorous, controlled testing. However, Fenwick stresses the significance of the fact that NDEs in cardiac arrest cases can occur when the patient has a flat EEG reading, when there is no possibility of the brain creating images and no brain-based memory functioning, meaning that it should be impossible to have clearly structured and lucid experiences. These arguments have apparently been bolstered by the research of the British resuscitation expert Sam Parnia.
There's a resuscitation expert?
Yeah.
I want that title.
Yeah. He seems to have shown that consciousness can, he makes a good lifeguard, I guess, can persist when no brain activity is detectable. Actually, during the period of clinical death prior to revival, one of his cardiac patients accurately described his own resuscitation, while he claimed to have witnessed while out of body, including the sound of the defibrillator machine. This allowed researchers to pinpoint the time of the event as having occurred during his temporary death in a study conducted in a Welsh hospital. Intensive care nurse Penny Satori found that only patients who had OBEs could accurately describe the process of the resuscitation.
I'm going to do something that we don't ever do. I'm going to link the article down below because what's our time?
We are an hour and 9 minutes.
Yeah, we're over an hour. We got a Suno to get to. And if they're so interested, they can finish the article. What do you think?
Okay, how about I read the last paragraph and then
that's a spoiler.
Well, there's still a bunch of the article they would need to read though.
Let's be assholes.
Yeah, let's let them have it. I think we had a really good back and forward in the middle of this article about consciousness and stuff like that. I think we set them up for a good read.
Okay. Well, let me close. Last two sentences.
If you got a good in summation, that'll work.
Okay. Traveling in spiritual form to another realm, life reviews with moral evaluation, encounters with divine and mystical presences, positive emotions, transcendent feelings, and an impression of knowing all the truths of the universe, visions of the future, deceased relatives, and being instructed to return. And that encompasses some of the aspects of NDEs. End of article.
And that article is actually linked down below, where you'll find our email, fatallunchpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to go ahead and sponsor a segment on here, we'll even take requests. We'll say whatever you want us to say within reason, And Instagram, all our handles are down there. Do you want to check one or two of Will's clips, and then we'll get out of here with the Suno? Palette?
Oh, clips.
Yeah, you want to see one or two clips, or do you guys just want to get out of here with the Suno?
Okay.
Yeah, you watch a couple of my clips.
Yeah, perfect.
Uh,
Felt like we
Foi nada.
oh,
Foi nada.
no.
Se jogou, se jogou. Esperou contato.
What was that chicken?
I think it was a
thinking?
chicken
Foi nada.
Well, we found out why the chicken crossed the road.
to wreck that guy's
Now
life.
put it on mute real quick, and scroll the comments and see how far down until someone says the chicken crossed the road. You might have to see translation. Do you see where it says see translation next to reply? You don't have to right click yet. No. Chicken okay. Huh? Mother, come on. It has to be a lot higher on there about the chicken crossing the road. Is that joke slowly dying? Look at her. It's her. No translation on that one. Well, there you go. That's why that you type it in there. I guess that's why the chicken crossed the road. Leave him a comment. Do it at Kenneth Cope. Do it at Copeland Ministries. I guess that's why the chicken crossed the road.
And then you want me to catch Copeland
Yeah.
Ministries?
Pretty much everything I do with this Instagram account, I tag Kenneth Copeland. I can't remember if it's like Copeland Ministries. I'll tell you what it is.
Is it Kenneth Copeland Network?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I always at them. They have yet to reply, but one day.
One day the goat will.
Yeah, I guess that's why the chicken crossed the road at Copeland Network. So now if you want to tag them, you know now it's Copeland Network. All right, hit one more clippy. Oh, the car one looks interesting.
Oh, I think that's just like the aftermath of like a railroad crossing in like San Bernardino or something. This may not have been San Bernardino. I can't remember what this was, but.
Oh my god.
Now you can go back. This is not a great one.
Well, let's see. This one's obviously going to be cut because, you know, I just want to watch it. That car's on top of the other car. Holy crap.
Yeah, it was bad, to say the least. I was trying to tickle the audience's funny bone.
How many cars? How did...
I think we horrify them with enough clips of like death and chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's funny.
I've seen this one. It's pretty funny.
今天做了个超大脉冲炮，
I cannot
用
translate.
它来消灭蟑螂，看看会怎么样。
We had I think it's a plasma gun.
这里还是昨
Yes.
天那只蟑
My
螂。
favorite is the first one.
看来他很喜欢在
Congratulations,
这
you've
里
successfully
睡觉。
passed the United States citizenship
直接对准蟑螂。
test.
开始
Welcome
放
to
气，
America.
这个得多放点气才行。按下
This
开
is
关
loud. Brace yourself.
我的天，这
Holy
也太猛了，
shit.
把我都给吓一激灵。
You guys want to build one of those?
Yes.
Yes.
I need a cockroach
蟑螂
killer.
也是移动
I don't want him to blow up my
直接
face, though.
躺板板了。
Yeah, he put a
脉
little
冲
too
炮
much
消灭
gas
蟑
in
螂
that.
非常好用。今天做了
Alright.
个超大
Then you go
脉
back.
冲炮。
Oh, it's just that's a pigeon being unself-aware.
That's a
King-
big old catfish.
Kingfisher's cool. I like kingfishers.
Is this what we see at Prado?
Not that big. I mean, yes, that big every time.
Yes, we get.
That pigeon's about to have a bad day.
Cause you had a bad day. All right.
Well,
It wasn't a goonch. Unfortunately.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh, play the totally 80s one. That one's great. We might have to cut it. It might have music. We might have to cut it.
Oh, we watched this on the last
Oh,
one.
it did? Okay, all right. I don't want to replay it then.
Yeah, we saw some of the last one. All right, let's rip a Suno, boys.
All right, that's probably it for my clips.
Oh, well, Pallet, now that you officially have an Instagram, do you want me to put your Instagram here or not?
Sure.
All right, his Instagram is here. Our producer officially has an Instagram. He had trouble getting on. There was an issue with whatever it was. Who knows what it was, but he finally has one. Now you can submit clips. Just send them to us. Whatever you think is funny, you can send them. You can also link TikTok if you want. But
All the eligible ladies out there, go add, go follow Palette and the show.
In the description, and it's right here. So today, let's talk styles. Which style of music should we do today? What are you guys thinking? Let's do something like a Viking choir, or
I was thinking carny folk music.
oh yeah, like carnival music.
Yeah.
What do you think, Palette? Carnival?
Or
I'm down.
Carny folk music or new wave. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do.
Carney folk.
We're talking about near-death experiences, so we need to have like a surreal music.
Yeah. All right, I'll get her started off, and thank you so much for watching, commenting, and subscribing and sharing. And like I said, fatallunchpodcast@gmail.com down in the description. We'll sponsor a segment. Talk to me. You
We love you long
show?
time. Sponsor,
Yes.
follow the show. Follow our show next weekend.
Yeah. So
Tell your friends.
even if it's you just want to pass a message on to someone because you think it'd be funny.
Tell
Go
the guy
for it.
Thaddeus down the street who you see watering,
We have
watering the lawn and has a nice collection of M80s.
so we have a Patreon officially.
Tell him.
We have a Patreon officially, but I don't know what to offer yet. That's why haven't pushed it yet. So we'll get together and talk this week and figure out if we want to do some merch and stuff like that. Maybe throw around some ideas for T-shirts or candles, or I was thinking maybe we could do custom butt plugs, like Kenneth Copeland butt plugs. At Copeland Ministries. Thank you.
I think Adam and Eve got us beat to that already. I think the market cornered on that. On the
Well,
butt plug market.
well, then we'll just do Sophia. Wait, what was the woman before Adam and Eve? Was it Sophia or Lilith? It was Lilith. That was the first original woman in the Bible, Lilith.
She's actually in the book of Isaiah, or she's mentioned.
Yeah, Lilith.
Yeah.
She was defiant, and so then they decided to make Eve out of the rib of man to make her more defiant. This is apocrypha.
She
but this is
she
one of the
wasn't.
stories.
She's before Eve, but she's actually
That's what I'm
based.
saying.
Yeah, she's based off like a Babylonian demon called Lilith.
Yeah, in Gnosticism, I think it is. She was the first woman, but didn't want to make kids with Adam and was defiant, didn't want to listen to God. So then God said, okay, plan B, kick her out, and we're going to steal one of Adam's ribs and make Eve. She'll listen to Adam and me.
Yeah.
But anyway.
There's actually 2 stories of creation in Genesis, but if you want to know about them, you'll have to listen to our upcoming episode of Genesis.
Yeah, we'll do Genesis, we'll do Revelations, we'll book in the Bible. Yeah, we'll leave the Gospels alone for now. Okay.
They're covered heavily.
Very heavily. So, okay, I'll get the lyrics started right now. I was listening to the band Insect Warfare when I had a great idea to make a cannon out of a gas gun and shoot a cockroach off my counter. But I had to wait 164 years for Jupiter to complete its orbit.
My boy Ben Frank inspired me to invent some real dope things to help out humanity. But then DARPA stole my ideas. So I went home, I put some death cap shrooms to spice up my casserole. And what do you know? I had an N.D.E, where Monk gave me the lowdown on the great beyond.
1 sec, not yet. I gotta change the word. It said darkness instead of DARPA. I want to make sure we get DARPA in here.
Yeah.
All right, say goodbye to this episode. Say goodbye.
We're already shadow banned. What are they're gonna double shadow ban us?
Yes, that's exactly what they'll do. We're gonna get 0
Double
viewers now.
secret probation shadow ban.
I told you I'm done bending the knee to. We're just gonna do what we do. You
I
know
know.
what I mean? We just do
I
what
know.
we do. I'm having fun doing it. It's just us hanging out and we're having fun. So sometimes we talk about things that put producer Palette halfway to sleep, but it's all good.
That's okay.
He said he wants to jump in and start writing some ideas. So
I'm down.
we'll get it going there. I'm gonna push once you hear the beep. You're up, Palette.
31 Atlas is actually a mothership with Copeland's army, which he's commanding to take over the world, but good thing we have Monkey on our side.
I was feeling dehydrated, so I filled up an IV bag with chicken soup. Hold on, I said chip and soup. chicken soup. Chicken soup. And I was eating the best beef jerky, no man's land. And then I too had a near-death experience, but mine was from jumping into a pool head first. And when I came back out, I was depressed because the only food I had to eat was a whole jar of frosting while having an orgasmic experience.
The yummy noises, man. Oh, I went on the Squid Game in North Korea because I needed some cash to pay my bills. I avoided the snail of death for 45 minutes, so they gave me some Kohl's cash, but it shot me in my small toe with an anthrax dart.
There's this weird owl god, but he's missing, and he likes grilled cheese.
Thank you for listening to the Fatal Lunch Podcast and Not Train Surfing. We love you. Comment, subscribe, share, and monkey.
And monkey.
Wait. Where's our friend? Where's that watermelon?
Oh,
There he goes. This time he's in 3D and he's dancing. Wait, oh no, he's right there in the middle. He's dancing right in the middle of us, right here.
all right. Oh, okay, there he is.
It's so mysterious.
He's
man.
dancing on the toothpicks.
Yeah.
He's doing the pepper grinder on the
Did you like
toothpicks.
my 3D render of our watermelon?
Yes, yes.
He is good. Still no name. Hey, if you have an idea for the name of the watermelon guy, go ahead and put it.
Yeah.
Send it to us at fatallunchpodcast@gmail.com or to our X, same name Fatal Lunch, our Instagram, same name Fatal Lunch, TikTok Fatal Lunch. Send us what you think our watermelon being should be named, or
He's
if he should remain nameless.
He's just FLP watermelon for now, but he has a name.
He definitely does. He
Yeah.
hasn't revealed it to us yet. Maybe we need to seek the guidance of Copeland. Copeland, what would it take for us to get the name of this watermelon?
Maybe a few bucks here and a few bucks there.
What do you consider a few bucks?
Man, I mean, a few bucks for me could go from like 20 bucks to like 20,000. So I'm gonna like say maybe like 10 grand, maybe.
10 grand from just me or 10 grand from the both of us?
No, from everyone. You know, it has to all go around.
What about an army truck just full of gold bars? Cope, would that do it?
I mean, yeah, but you'd have to exchange it from me.
Okay.
Or I'll use my private exchanger. That's fine.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll raise enough money. We got a GoFundMe. It's right here. We need to raise about $60,000 to name the watermelon. Follow the link. It's definitely not a Rickroll.
The watermelon knows about N.D.Es.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Hey, wait.
Oh,
God damn it! I missed him
You
again.
missed him, man.
Yeah, you barely missed him. So, all right, we're gonna, like we always do. We're gonna go ahead, play the first one, laugh, talk about it, whatever. Then we'll play the second one. We'll get out of here, and we will see you next time on the
FLP.
Fatal Lunch Podcast. Album art right here.
Oh, listening to the band Insect Warfare when I had a great idea to make a cannon out of a gas gun and shoot a cockroach off my counter, but I had to wait 64 years for Jupiter to complete its orbit. My boy Ben Frank inspired me to invent some real dope things to help out humanity, but then DARPA stole my idea, so I went home. I put some death cap shrooms to spice up my
This is like High School Marching Band. This is not Carney music.
Nothing wrong with high school marching bands.
Did you go with the High School Marching Band?
Atlas is actually a mothership with Copeland's army, which he's commanding to take
Nice.
over the world. But good thing we have monkey on our side. I was feeling dehydrated.
I don't have a baton,
so I
but
filled
well, yeah,
up
well, yeah.
an IV bag with chicken soup, and I was eating the best beef jerky, no man's land. And then I too had a near-death experience, but mine was from jumping into a pool head first. And when I came back out, I was depressed because the only food I had to eat was a whole jar of frosting while having an orgasmic experience. The noise has been. Oh, I went on the Squid Game in North Korea because I needed some cash to pay my bills. I avoided
What is this,
the
Kanye
sales of
West
for
new album?
45 minutes, so they gave me some Kohl's cash, but it shot me in my small toe with an anthrax dart. Is this weird owl guy, but he's missing, and he likes grilled cheese. Thank you for listening to the Fatal Launch Podcast and Not Train Surfing. We love you. Comment, subscribe, share, and monkey.
That was by far the weirdest one we've ever done. We're gonna play the second one. I don't know if I'm satisfied. I might have to copy those lyrics and do a new style of music.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll listen to this one.
Yeah.
Listening to the band in
You want me to fade us off?
when I had
No.
a great idea to make a cannon
Unless
out
this
of
one's a banger.
gas gun and shoot a cockroach off my counter. But I had to wait 64 years for Jupiter to complete its orbit. My boy Ben Frank inspired me to invent some real dope things to help out humanity. But then DARPA stole my idea, so I went home. I put some death cap shrooms to spice up my casserole. And what do you know? I had an N.D.E where Monk gave me the lowdown on the great Beyond 31 Atlas. Is actually a mothership with Copeland's army, which he's commanding to take over the world. But good thing we have Monkey on our side. I was feeling dehydrated, so I filled up an IV bag with chicken soup. And I was eating the best beef jerky, no man's land. And then I too had a near-death experience, but mine was from jumping into a pool head first. And when I came back out, I was depressed because the only food I had to eat was a whole jar of frosting while having orgasmic experience. The noise has been, I went on the Squid Game in North Korea because I needed some cash to pay my bills. I avoided
Yeah,
the
you could
smell
fade
of
us out.
death for 45 minutes, so they gave me some Coles cash, but it shot me in my small toe with an anthrax dart. Is this Weird Owl God? But he's missing and he likes grilled cheese. Thank you for listening to the Fatal Launch podcast and not train surfing. We love you. Comment, subscribe, share, and monkey. Whoa! Listening to the